Hi everyone, I'm Kylie and welcome back. Today we're having seafood and vegetable pho. So grab your spoons, grab your forks, or grab your chopsticks and let's get started. I'm gonna start by making a little dipping sauce here. I love to do the hoisin and lime juice and sriracha, because sometimes I like to dip my meat or my chicken or my seafood in it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this in my pho as well. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. I put watercress, lots and lots of bean sprouts. I have squid, clams, mussels, and a little bit of shrimp. And there's carrots and celery. I'm so excited. I love pho. I'm so sad because this week is officially my daughter's spring break, and we had plans to go to San Diego and enjoy all the good food out there, In-N-Out, Din Tai Fung, all the hot pot places. So it's been really sad and depressing today for me to think about us. If all of this craziness wasn't going on, that we'd be in San Diego right now. But I am grateful for my safety, my family's safety, and our health. So that is what I'm grateful for, and that's why we're still smiling and chugging along. Let me try the soup. Really delicious. Although I feel like it needs a little bit more sriracha. I put lime juice in here already too. And a little bit more hoisin. I saw this meme or post on Facebook, and it was like, people in 2020, this is the worst year ever. Dogs in 2020, what a time to be alive. All my humans are home all the time. I thought that was super funny because our dog Lucy loves that we're home. I'm sure she's wondering why, but she just absolutely is enjoying every single minute of it. Oops, I forgot to put the sriracha in the dipping sauce right here. I apologize for any background noise because my kids are rambunctious and jumping up and down upstairs. But anyway, here we go. Mussels. So today I want to tell you a funny story about a time when I lived in Atlanta, and my friend and I we're hanging out. And what happened after that? So I lived alone when I lived in Atlanta. And lived in Old 4th Ward, right near Inman Park. And my friend lived in Little 5 Points, which was right next to each other. So her and I hung out all the time. And there was this bar that we loved to go to called the Brew House. Well, one day after work, we were there, hanging out, eating dinner, having some beers, and these two guys come up to us. And they ask if they can join us and if they can buy us a drink. So we say yeah. And we're having a really fun, good conversation with them. And they seem really nice. And at this point, we were almost ready to leave. So they said, you know, what are you guys doing after this? We still want to hang out. If you want, we can grab our bikes and go and get some beer and come over to your place if you want to hang out still. So my friend and I don't really have any plans, and they seem like nice guys, so we say, okay, sure. We were like, are you sure you're okay grabbing the beer? And they were like, yeah, we have our bikes. We'll be all right. And at this point, we're like, oh, bikes. We're like, okay. Her and I are like, well, these guys, right, have motorcycles. Like, okay. This is, by the way, this is when I was single and was just, I wasn't really dating, but I was just single and enjoying my time living alone and hanging out with my friends. So I tell them where I live, which is probably not the smartest thing to do, but I'm glad they weren't weird. And we head over to my place. My friend and I head over and we hang out and relax and wait for them to get there. So at this point, we've already exchanged phone numbers, and I'm telling them like, oh, there's a bunch of parking. You can just park in the guest spot. And they respond and say, no need to. We'll just bring our bikes in. And at this point, I'm like, what? You're gonna bring your motorcycles into my apartment? That's weird. First of all, how's it gonna fit? So I just kind of ignore it. And we hear a knock on the door. I open the door and it's them. But they've got beer, but they've also got bicycles, not a motorcycle or crotch rocket or any of that like sexy cool stuff that we thought it was. No, a bicycle. So they roll their bicycles in, and my friend and I are just shocked. We just bust out laughing just because we were like, what in the world were we thinking? I mean, I don't think, looking back, I don't think they misled us. I mean, I think they just were innocent college guys just trying to hang out and be nice. And we thought that they had motorcycles and were these cool guys. And it was so funny when they came in with their bikes. Her and I laugh about it to this day because we were like, why did we think it was motorcycles? Like, because we both thought the same thing. It's not like we were like questioning it at all until they showed up. So I don't know where the disconnect was. It was our fault, I'm sure. Anyway, they come in, and by the way, at this point I'm like 23, so there's no underage drinking going on. But we're just hanging out. At this time I didn't have any cable because I was living by myself, and I worked pretty much all the time and didn't have time for TV, so it just didn't make sense for me to get cable. So we all just played drinking games and just drank, and it was so much fun. And at the time I also had a bicycle, but like I was stripping it and repainting it a different color, just like a beach bike. And at one point throughout the night, I think one of our drinking games, because we got sick of like playing with cards and stuff. My apartment was pretty big too and spacious. And it was pretty open, and there was like an island, and then it was open concept. There was an island that separated the kitchen from the living room, but then other than that, it was open. We were riding our bicycles around the island in my apartment. I think we had a little too much to drink. But my friend and I still talk about that night because it's so funny how sometimes your expectations are different than what reality is. But it still turned out to be a really fun night. Even though it's not what we planned. I mean, we didn't plan on meeting these guys and inviting them back to my place. Like, we didn't plan on them bringing their bicycles over. We didn't end up dating any of them, either of them. They were just random people that we met one day and just turned into a fun night, I guess. Moral of that story though is like, if you can let go of certain expectations that you have for like the kind of people you want to meet, or like the kind of night or like hangout you want to have, if you let go of those expectations, it can turn into something you never expected, and you can actually have a lot of fun just connecting and getting to know other people and just enjoying, I don't know, the company of friends and making new friends, meeting new people. It's not like as soon as we saw their bicycles, we were like, no, get out. But the thing we were really curious about is like, why wouldn't they have us go and get the beer? Because we each had a car and they were on their bicycle. So don't you think it'd be harder to like ride a bicycle and hold like a case of beer than it is for just to let somebody with a car go and get? That's something I thought was strange, but I guess they were just being nice guys. Cause like who would be like, yeah, you go get the beer and you have us at your place and we're just gonna show up empty-handed, you know? Maybe that's what they didn't want to do, which was great. I mean, they're great guys. You guys like my big bowl? I found it at Marshall's. So currently, I'm reading my favorite book again. Do you guys ever do that? Reread books just because you love them so much? If you're looking for a book recommendation, I recommend the book called The Color of Water by James McBride. That is one of my favorite books. And it's pretty much just like a tribute from James McBride. He's half black. A black man's tribute to his white mom. His mom was Jewish. And he didn't know much about her growing up, because it was the 40s, 50s, and interracial marriages weren't accepted like they are today. So she didn't say much about her family when he was growing up. And she raised 12 mixed-race babies. And they are all successful and contribute positively to society. Like there are doctors, lawyers, professors, like all of them, chemists. All of them have higher education degrees and really just made her proud. It's really great. It's really sweet. My roommate in college introduced me to that book my freshman year of college. And it was the New York Times bestseller for a few years. If you have any book recommendations, I'd love for you to leave a comment below, since we're gonna have all this time on our hands. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click that subscribe button for the next video. Until then, see you later. Mwah.